All right. Right, well, welcome everyone. This is just a brief little session before we do our wrap up. You can see by the title of the screen, it is our TOPkit Community 2023 Engagement Campaign. And although I am the only one that's going to be providing you information, you are going to see on the last screen that there are several people that are going to be involved with this campaign. Just to kind of remind you, I know at the first session I covered a little bit of it, and then Wendy Howard also covered quite a bit of it when she introduced the keynote and kind of highlighted part of TOPkit. But the TOPkit online preparatory or preparation toolkit, it's supposed to be a comprehensive resource of materials. Well, it can't be comprehensive unless we are soliciting and gathering feedback from not only the Florida SUS institutes, but all those both nationally and internationally who are willing to contribute to us. Again, with the international outreach, I was very excited. I hope I pronounce it right, but we had Lindert Bengal. He was here from the University of Caraco. So we did have international presence here, as long as several people attending from other states in the United States. So that's exciting that we've got this international outreach happening. As you probably know, especially those who are presenting at this workshop, TOPkit is kind of divided into a three-step process: the planning, developing, and evaluating. And we invite you to really go out to TOPkit and explore the many resources and definitely participate in some of our upcoming events. Just again to highlight, you are part of this community, and we want to make sure that we stay connected with you besides just here at the workshop, and that you contribute to not only our fantastic workshop that is fantastic because of you, but also to topkit.org. So we just wanted to take a few minutes to kind of revisit how you can do that. And the reason we decided to do that is we decided that we really wanted to make sure that contributions were coming again from the state, nationally and internationally. So our first action item in our engagement campaign or goal or outcome is we really wanted to tap into our presenters here at this wonderful workshop, because you now have the ability to contribute the materials from your presentation to our TOPkit community. And I'll go over a couple ways that you can do that. We also have our ambassadors. Our ambassadors are wonderful representatives for our list of SUS universities and institutions, and they help us kind of disseminate some of the information to their local people and then to the area for which their institutions are located. And then we are fortunate enough to have a wonderful advisory board that has representation as well from some of the executive board members in our distance learning at our institutions around the state. And they came to us this year and they said, you know what, it's been a little while. We really want to get out there and we want to find out, how are people utilizing topkit.org? What are they finding there? What are they not finding there? What do they feel is working and not working? So that's something that this campaign is going to do. We are going to outreach and see if we can get some of that feedback and bring that back to the advisory board. And they are very excited to support us in that venture. And then the last one is we want to have some KPIs for our campaign, just so that we can kind of gauge the success of the campaign. All right, I wanted to go over a little bit for the TOPkit workshop. And again, TOPkit workshop is a wonderful way for you to contribute to the TOPkit community. So you can see that it kind of started out in 2017 to 2019, and it was a face-to-face workshop. And so we had it at the University of Central Florida, and it was wonderful that we had people attending from around the world to come face-to-face. And then, as you know, in 2020, we moved the workshop because of COVID to the online modality, and then have really contributed to, or I'm sorry, we really kept with keeping it as a workshop online. And so we're thinking, well, what's in store for TOPkit Workshop? We know that TOPkit Workshop is planned to go from 2024 to 2026. And what we want in store for that is we want you, excuse me, to become even a bigger part of the workshop. And there are so many ways that you can stay connected. What I wanted to talk to you about is our outreach with the workshop. So as you can see, in 2017, we had 45 people attend. In 2018, 71. In 2019, we had to start kind of capping it because, again, it was that face-to-face presence. In 2020, we had 101. Last year, again, promoting and being online, we had 268. And I am happy to say that for TOPkit Workshop 2023, we had 287 registered. So as you can see, the TOPkit Workshop continues to grow and continues to be a popular way for us in this profession to get together as a community and really talk with each other and share things with each other. Besides the TOPkit Workshop, we also have our hackathons and collabs. So that might be another way that you want to get involved. Next one is I want to talk about our TOPkit Digest. So the TOPkit Digest goes out monthly. We are always soliciting that you submit an idea. If you have an idea, reach out to us and get with us. We can have you work with our editors and our publishers. One of the really fun things is you can see our topics here from last year. So we send that out through our listserv and it hits over 100,000 people. And the number that it's showing in that very last column is the number of opens in the first week. So we're very proud of the fact that people are receiving our digest and opening it up and reading it. This is something that we provide to all our digest contributors so that they can go back to their institution and talk about impact and show that they're being heard and read out there in the community. All right, another resource and a way that you can be active and contribute to the TOPkit community is through Ask Addie. So Ask Addie is our resident advice columnist, almost like that old column that we used to ask advice for on several other things, but it's to help solve faculty development dilemmas. So one of the things you can do is you can go to Ask Addie and simply contribute a question or a problem. Maybe there's something at your institution, state or college that you're having issues with, and you just want to get some feedback on that. Go ahead and submit the question there, and we'll make sure that our Ask Addie expert gets back with you. We have also had instances where we have had institutions submit a problem, and they've been kind enough to work with our Ask Addie, again, editor and publisher, to figure out but to share their own campus solutions. We are a large university, but we always are talking with state colleges that have smaller instances or just different instances. And so we really want to make sure, again, that we're getting representation from all the SUS people that in our community that are interacting with each other. And again, I hate to keep saying SUS because we really do want to extend it out to our national and international community as well. Also, come visit us often. We are always updating our materials at topkit.org. I believe Charlotte's going to talk to you about a way that you can also contribute to topkit.org. You can download the sample course. You can use that sample course to develop and deliver your own faculty professional development. And then we also have our fantastic interactive faculty development decision guide under planning. And so you can go out there and see what that can do to help you as well as planning and developing and delivering your professional development. Again, I just wanted to kind of highlight, I took some statistics for the week of February 27th to March 3rd. And you can see that we would have a really good outreach. And so again, thinking about how you can publish and get your materials and your expertise out there, we feel that topkit.org would be a wonderful way to do that. And like I said, the best way is to contribute to topkit.org, and that could be presenting at a conference. It could be taking your conference presentation and figuring out where those materials can fit up on our website. You can update resources that are already there with your contributions. You can add content of your own that maybe is missing from some of our planning, developing, and assessing. So make sure that you do that. Again, you can see the visibility of how we're kind of getting it, not only just through the United States, but our national recognition. And so just a wrap up to remind you that we are hoping and planning to actually come to you. So we are going to be hosting the TOPkit Roadshow, and we're going to be trying to do some regional visits. In those visits, we'd like to discuss with you some outreach strategies, maybe what you feel TOPkit needs or has, and how we can get more involved to make sure we're helping you. We want to get, again, impact report so that we can give that to our advisory board. What are we doing right? What's there and what's missing and what can we add? And again, the best part is we get to network with all of you in our professional community and beyond. So the TOPkit email is topkit@ucf.edu. Always feel free to reach out to us. Again, even if you have a question about something that I just mentioned, or you want to be more involved, please reach out to us. And my final slide is just to make sure that you look for us. Tina, Joe, Bren, and Flo and I will all be working over the next few months to get our campaign together and reaching out so that hopefully we can come visit you during summer 2023. So again, thank you to all that have attended the conference and for all of you that presented, especially at the conference as well. And we look forward to future contributions. I do see that we have some chat. Yes, Tina and I and several of us are excited about the road trip. We're really excited to get out and visit. We were fortunate enough, Tom too, and John Opper connected us with an FLVC Connect. They recently did some regional visits, so we've got some contacts through them, but we will also be reaching out to you. So we're very excited about the campaign. All right. If you're okay with it, I'm going to turn it over to you, Charlotte, and bring up our closing slide.
I just want to specify, we won't be bringing antiques to assess at this TOPkit Roadshow, correct, Sue Bauer?
Oh, you don't know what's sitting behind my computer. I could definitely start that within seconds.
I was going to say, if it's vintage Florida, can't we bring it?
This is a whole different kind of roadshow, but that is so exciting. And yeah, we're going to have some closing slides. And Sue Bauer, if you could share them, I would so appreciate it because my Zoom is getting iffy again. And I apologize. We are having IT come out tomorrow for me. But I just wanted to close by sharing this beautiful picture of the Florida sunset. I'm so glad to hear that you guys had a great time at our workshop. Just looking at the connections wall and seeing what you've learned and what you've gathered from the TOPkit workshops and the connections you've made has been so inspiring to all of us here at the TOPkit workshop. We really hope that you continue to share what you learned at this workshop with the greater community. Just like Sue mentioned, there's so many possibilities for sharing. Just like this, the call for contributions inside of the TOPkit workshop website is available. If you have something that's an innovative idea, like something you already shared as a presentation, consider submitting it as a contribution so your artifact can actually live here with us on TOPkit and we can use it over and over. We use lots of the content pages as our digest that, as you saw Sue showed, goes out to thousands of people on a regular basis. So if you have interest in publishing with us, we really do encourage you to submit your contribution on the call for contributions. Currently, my clipboard is full of a trivia code, so I'm gonna hold off on sending that. But if anybody else from TOPkit wants to share the link of the call for contributions, I would so appreciate it. It's very easy to find too. If you just insert into Google TOPkit call for contributions, you'll find it right there. Bookmark it so you don't forget, and we'll be contacting you soon for more outreach opportunities. But last but certainly not least, in the last few minutes, once you are complete with our workshop, you're going to be getting a badge in Badger. You'll be sent, this message will be sent through Eventbrite if you participated. So we'll be contacting you if you attended this workshop. And also, please, please, please check out the QR code here. I also just sent out an announcement inside of the WebEx app. Complete our survey. Let us know how we did. We really, we use these surveys a lot to figure out what you guys want to see next year and how we can make our workshop better and better. So please, 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 we beg of you, complete the survey so that we can keep making TOPkit better for all of you. So without any further ado, okay, go to the next one. I just typed the chat. Farewell, and we will see you soon in the TOPkit community. I did want to share that if there were any participants who won Best in Track, your trophy will be on the way shortly. And now for the moment everybody has been waiting for, I'm going to check my phone because that's probably updating faster than my computer right now, which is having issues. But I'm going to go in and announce our winners of our fantastic trivia contest. And I'm going to make sure, shuffleboard contest, apologize. My brain doesn't multitask very well, but on the leaderboard currently. And we have some fantastic prizes that I will contact you about. Drum roll, please. If you want to do your hands on the desk, you're more than welcome to. In third place, we have the amazing Miss Jessica Toho Rabel. Congratulations in third place. In second place, we have Rakia LeConte from FIU. Congratulations. And in first place again, drum roll please, we have Mr. Koichi Sato from USF. So congratulations, everybody who participated in our game. We will be contacting you shortly with some fabulous prize options that you will be given. And thank you so much for participating in this year's workshop. We truly couldn't do it without you guys. And thank you so much for all your participation and your excitement. Oh, and last but not least, one more thing. If you'd like to see us again, join us for the Innovation Summit that's on March 30th. This is an in-person event. Feel free to register, and we will see many of you wonderful people there. So see you soon. It certainly doesn't end here. We hope to hear from you.